before 9:01 p.m. I think I've struck a jackpot here. While moving some boxes around looking for the file about the Lodsfords and the Fletchers, I noticed a part of the floor in the storage unit move a bit. So I moved everything out of the way, and I was able to remove a portion of the floor which had been pre-cut to fit into a hole. Once I did that, I discovered a door underneath the storage unit. It took me a little bit of a struggle to break the lock and open the door, but I did. And let me just say that what I found can only be imagined. Glendale had another storage unit container sitting underneath this one. It's like a whole other room down there. He must have not had time to equip it with lights and air, but it is there. Using my flashlight, I was able to see a box pushed all the way back to the end of the container. I went down and brought this box back up to the top level and have started reading through it. This box seems to be the missing files that I've been looking for all along, but it is going to take me a couple hours just to go through it all. The truth you seek is under you. So that is what the clue meant. I'm still at a loss as to how Glendale could have known that I would find those words in the back of that book at McKeldin Library. Anyway, I'm trying not to get my hopes up, but it is looking very promising as of now. My report is soon to follow. April 11th, Day 5, 4:45 a.m. Well, I've been up most of the night and into the morning sifting through all of the newfound information. Glendale must have stashed this here in a rush because nothing was in order or filed the way all of his other files have been. It took me hours just to organize everything so I could begin my discoveries, but once organized, these files read like a Twisted King novel. I separated everything into categories to help me better understand what is here. There's a file for the Lodsfords, Fletchers, and yep, there's a file for the GoatMan. Now I think the pieces of the puzzle are finally falling in place. I will start with the Lodsford file just so I can understand the true connection he had with the Fletcher family. Located in this file is a journal written by Dr. Lodsford himself, and it tells of a very disturbing web of family conflict that could be right out of an episode of a soap opera. It all begins with Dr. Lodsford and Mr. Fletcher. After the artificial insemination procedure done by Dr. Lodsford for the Fletchers, both families remained very close. According to Lodsford's journals, somewhere down the line, the Fletchers discovered that Stephen was actually Dr. Lodsford's son. Feeling betrayed by Lodsford, the Fletchers severed their relationship with the Lodsfords immediately. That would have been the end of it, but as fate would have it, Stephen and William became best friends while going to the same school. Scared that the family secret would come to light if there was any attempt to stop their friendship from happening, the two families did nothing to stop it, hoping that one day they would grow apart as the years wore on. This did not happen, and William and Stephen became inseparable. As the boys became young men, Dr. Lodsford decided to offer Stephen an internship at the ARC in hopes of keeping an eye on Stephen and William and to prevent either of them from finding out the truth. This, of course, enraged Mr. Fletcher, and he threatened Dr. Lodsford with exposing the truth to the boys. And Lodsford wrote, "I cannot allow Fletcher to expose our secret to William and Stephen. I must find a way to stop him. I fear I may have to silence them permanently." But it seems this secret was the least of their worries, as a new one would soon enter into the picture. Stephen and William's friendship would be tested by yet another family member that would give Lodsford even more concern. William's cousin Jennifer Zugg would come to visit the Lodsfords for a summer and would catch the eye of Stephen. According to Lodsford, his biggest fear was coming true, as Stephen fell head over heels in love with her. This concerned Dr. Lodsford very much, as he writes in his journal, "This newfound love between Jennifer and Stephen cannot be allowed to happen. No one knows the truth about her. I am her real father, just like I am Stephen's real father. I performed the same procedure on my brother's wife, my wife, and just as I did with Fletcher's wife. I can't sit by and let this continue. I will visit the Fletchers and tell them the truth. Maybe they can help me put a stop to this ungodly relationship. But I fear I may have to resort to harsher methods." Now, Lotsford did just that and informed the Fletchers of Jennifer's bloodline. This sent Mr. Fletcher off the deep end, and he insisted on telling Jennifer and Stephen the secret so they would see for themselves that they could not be together as a couple. Dr. Lotsford, of course, did not see it this way, as this secret would have destroyed his entire family, not to mention his professional reputation as a doctor at the ARC. And he wrote, "It is done. That stupid fool Fletcher would not do it my way, so I had to silence him and his wife for good. They are buried in the woods on the edge of their property, and that is that. No one can ever find out the truth about my experiments, especially after they have been so successful. This is all their fault anyway. I told them to send Stephen away to a boarding school, but they would not listen to me. So they can listen to the worms in the ground instead." So, Dr. Lotsford fathered William, Stephen, and Jennifer, performing his very secret procedure, and then killed Stephen's parents just to keep the secret hidden from everyone. What a bastard. As compelling as this all is getting, I must stop here for now. I need to get some sleep, as this is all beginning to jumble together in my mind and I'm having a hard time keeping things straight. I will continue once I've had some rest, then I can make all the sense of this I need to. 36-427.